Have you ever felt like there's a part of you that you hide from the world? A side of you that's jealous, angry, insecure, or even ruthless? What if I told you that this hidden side, your shadow self, is the key to unlocking your greatest strength? Most people run from their darkness, but the truth is, embracing it will make you more confident, powerful, and unstoppable than ever before. Today, I'm going to show you how to face your shadow self, integrate it, and use it to your advantage instead of letting it control you. Let's dive in. 1. Recognize your triggers, they reveal your shadow. Every time something triggers you, it's like a flashlight shining on your shadow self. If someone's success makes you jealous, if criticism makes you angry, if rejection makes you insecure, these reactions aren't random. They expose the parts of yourself you haven't accepted yet. Example, imagine you're at work and a colleague confidently speaks up in a meeting, sharing their ideas without hesitation. You feel an instant wave of irritation. Why do they always need to be the center of attention? You think. But pause for a second. Why does this bother you so much? Maybe deep down you've always wanted to be more assertive, but fear has held you back. Your shadow self is showing you what you secretly crave but suppress. Another example, you see a social media post of an old friend traveling the world, living freely. Instead of feeling happy for them, you feel resentment creeping in. But why? Could it be that you've neglected your own sense of adventure or settled into a routine that doesn't excite you? Action step. The next time you feel triggered, don't react immediately. Pause. Reflect. Write it down. Ask yourself, why does this bother me? What unmet desire or suppressed part of myself is being exposed? How can I integrate this instead of rejecting it? Your triggers aren't enemies, they're your subconscious trying to wake you up. 2. Accept your negative emotions instead of suppressing them. We live in a world that glorifies positivity. Just stay happy. Don't be so negative. Look on the bright side. While optimism has its place, constantly suppressing emotions like anger, sadness, or fear doesn't make them disappear. It buries them, allowing them to grow stronger in the dark. Example, imagine you're dealing with rejection, whether from a job, a relationship, or a personal goal that didn't work out. Instead of acknowledging your disappointment, you brush it off and say, "It's whatever, I don't care." But deep down you do care. That unprocessed emotion builds up like pressure in a dam, eventually exploding as anxiety, resentment, or self-doubt. Action step. Instead of pushing emotions aside, sit with them. Next time you feel anger, sadness, or fear, try this. Journaling. Write down exactly what you're feeling. No filters. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Meditation. Instead of resisting an emotion, allow yourself to fully feel it for a few minutes. Observe where it manifests in your body. Verbal expression. If you're upset about something, talk about it with someone you trust instead of bottling it up. The more you accept your emotions instead of suppressing them, the more control you gain over them. True self-mastery starts with emotional awareness. 3. Own your dark thoughts instead of feeling guilty. Every person, no matter how kind, disciplined, or enlightened, has dark thoughts. Anger, jealousy, ego-driven desires, thoughts of revenge. We're wired this way because our instincts are built for survival. But the mistake most people make? They feel guilty about these thoughts and try to suppress them. The more you deny them, the more power they have over you. Example, you feel a surge of anger when someone disrespects you. But instead of owning it, you tell yourself, "I'm a calm person, I shouldn't get angry." That anger doesn't disappear. It festers, eventually coming out in passive-aggressive behavior or internalized stress. Action step. Instead of pushing away your dark thoughts, use them. Observe without judgment. The next time a dark thought arises, don't suppress it. Instead ask, why did I think this? What does this reveal about me? Turn jealousy into drive. If someone else's success makes you envious, reframe it. What do they have that I want? And how can I work toward it instead of feeling bitter? Channel anger into action. Instead of letting anger control you, ask, what boundary was crossed? What action can I take to assert myself in a healthy way? Owning your dark thoughts doesn't mean acting on them recklessly. It means understanding them. When you stop feeling guilty about them, you gain power over them. And that's how you truly grow. 4. Shadow work. Writing down your dark side. One of the most powerful tools for embracing your shadow self is shadow work journaling, a method of diving deep into your subconscious by writing down your hidden thoughts, suppressed desires, and fears without judgment. When you put your shadow thoughts on paper, they lose their power over you. Most people never do this because they're afraid of what they might find. But if you want to truly grow, you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Example, you might believe you're a good person who never feels envy or hate. But when you write honestly, you might realize moments when you have felt those things. And that's okay. Acknowledging them means you're in control instead of letting them control you. Action step. Start a shadow work journal and write without filtering yourself. Use these journal prompts to start. What are 3 things I judge in others? Could these be qualities I've suppressed in myself? What's something I've never admitted to myself because it feels wrong or selfish? What's a memory that still makes me feel shame or regret? How can I reframe it? The key here is raw honesty. Nobody will see this journal but you. The more you write, the more you uncover, and the more power you take back from your shadow. 5. Use your darkness as a source of strength. Your shadow self isn't just a collection of flaws or weaknesses, it's a hidden reservoir of raw power. The emotions you suppress, anger, fear, jealousy, or even insecurity, can become fuel for greatness if you learn how to channel them correctly. Think about it. Every high achiever has faced rejection, self-doubt, or deep frustration. The difference? They used it instead of running from it. Example 1. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of letting that failure define him, he used it as fuel. Every time he stepped on the court, he remembered that rejection, and it drove him to outwork everyone else, eventually making him one of the greatest athletes of all time. Example 2. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs built Apple only to be fired from his own company. That moment could have destroyed him. Instead, he used that dark period of failure and humiliation to rebuild himself. When he returned, he transformed Apple into one of the most valuable companies in the world. Action step. The next time you feel a negative emotion, don't push it away, reframe it. If you feel anger, ask, how can I use this energy to push myself forward? If you feel fear, ask, how can I prepare and strategize better? If you feel jealousy, ask, what does this reveal about my deepest desires? Your darkness isn't your enemy, it's a tool. And if you learn how to wield it, it can become your greatest strength. 6. Embrace the parts of you that society rejects. From a young age, society conditions us to fit into a mold. Be nice. Be humble. Avoid conflict. Don't be too much. But what happens when you suppress the parts of yourself that don't fit this ideal? You weaken your potential. The truth is, some of the traits you've been told to suppress, assertiveness, ambition, dominance are exactly what you need to succeed. Instead of rejecting them, learn how to balance them. Example 1. The nice guy who gets walked over. If you're always polite, agreeable, and avoid confrontation, people may take advantage of you. Your shadow self might hold the aggressive or dominant traits you've suppressed. Instead of rejecting them, learn to tap into them when necessary. Reframe. Instead of thinking, "I don't want to seem rude," say, "I deserve respect and I will stand up for myself." Example 2. The humble worker who never gets noticed. If you were raised to stay humble and let your work speak for itself, you might find yourself overlooked in business, dating, or life in general. Your shadow self contains competitiveness and self-promotion, two traits that can propel you forward when used correctly. Reframe. Instead of thinking, "Talking about my success feels arrogant," say, "If I don't showcase my value, no one will." Example 3. The people pleaser who feels resentment. If you constantly put others' needs before your own, your shadow side might hold selfishness, but not in a bad way. Healthy selfishness means setting boundaries and prioritizing yourself when needed. Reframe. Instead of thinking, "I don't want to disappoint people," say, "My needs matter too." Action step. Think about one trait you've always suppressed because society told you it was bad. Now ask yourself, how can I use this trait in a positive way? Where in my life would this trait actually benefit me? Embracing your shadow doesn't mean becoming reckless. It means integrating all of who you are to become stronger, wiser, and more complete. 7. Integrate, don't eliminate your shadow. A common mistake people make when discovering their shadow self is thinking they need to fix or eliminate it. But your shadow isn't something to be destroyed, it's something to be integrated. The most powerful, self-aware people in the world don't suppress their darkness. They own it and use it wisely. The goal isn't to be all good or all bad. It's to create a balanced version of yourself that can adapt to any situation. Example 1. The balanced leader. A true leader isn't just kind, compassionate, and understanding. They also know when to be firm, authoritative, and make tough decisions. If they suppress their assertiveness, they become weak. If they suppress their empathy, they become ruthless. The best leaders integrate both sides. Reality check. The strongest people aren't purely nice or tough. They are both at the right times. Example 2. The controlled fighter. A fighter who loses himself in blind rage will burn out quickly. But a fighter who understands and controls his anger, using it as focused energy, becomes unstoppable. The difference. Mastery over the shadow. Reality check. Suppressing your emotions makes you weak. Mastering them makes you powerful. Action step. Every day remind yourself, I am both light and dark. I am both gentle and fierce. I don't need to reject parts of myself. I need to master them. The key is not to fear your shadow but to understand it. When you do, you become untouchable. Final thought. Your shadow self is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. The more you embrace it, the more confidence, self-awareness, and power you unlock. Let's recap. Recognize your triggers. They reveal your hidden self. Accept your emotions. Don't suppress them. Own your dark thoughts. Use them as insight. Practice shadow work journaling. Write your truth. Use your darkness as strength. Channel it into something productive. Embrace what society rejects. Balance is key. Integrate, don't eliminate your shadow. Own all of you. If this resonated with you, hit like and subscribe because I have even deeper psychological insights coming your way. Stay tuned.